You might want these things, but you don't need them. The other day my wife asked me what I want for Christmas, so I just printed my list of items from my Amazon wish list. And I thought that should do it. But for you, I made a list of things that I see a lot of YouTubers use that you don't really need, but you want them. And I have links for them in the description. Some of them are affiliate links because that's what we do. So you want these things, but you don't need them. Number 1, this is the Pika marker. I bet you've seen a lot of people use this. And it is great. You can attach it to your pants and just reach for the pen and then holster the pen like a true cowboy whenever you want to. It has a built-in sharpener, so you don't need to look for a sharpener, and it gets really sharp because the sharpener is made for this particular pen. This one with some extra refill for the pen is about 20 to 25 bucks. And you can also get white tips if you want to use it for darker types of wood like walnut. They also do this marker, which is an alcohol-based marker with a long tip, and you can get into really tight spaces and trace objects. But any pen works. I mean, I really love using these, and it might save me some time, but it is just a pen. You don't need it. Now this is the maker knife, and boy do you need this one. You need it so much it aches, but you can't get it because it isn't being sold anymore, so there's that. But in the end, it's just a knife. You can use any knife. It really doesn't matter. So you don't need this one. You might have seen this. This is Jimmy DiResta's ice pick. You can get them from his website. They're not always available, but sometimes they are. It is a really sharp point. Use it for anything. Do you need it? No. Do you want it? Yeah. Ow! It is really sharp. Now this one. Yeah, the domino. You might have looked at the price of this and gone like, hell no! Are they crazy? Because do you need this tool? No, you really don't. Does it make life easier? Yes, it does. So what it really does is really help you with doing glue-ups without the wood warping on you. It can be used for mitered corners. It's basically a really simple way of doing a mortise and tenon. You don't need it. It's so expensive, but man, it's a great tool. This one, you might have seen this spindle sander from different manufacturers, and this one I use a lot. It has this belt, you can also use the attachments, and swapping is pretty simple. Table tilts if you want to sand at an angle, and yeah, it makes life a lot easier with a lot of stuff, like sanding off tabs from the CNC, and you can of course do more, like other sanding tasks. Like shaping wood after a drawing, but then again, you really don't need it, you can manage without it. Now, this is a peculiar thing. They are called self-centering drill bits. For instance, if you're attaching a hinge and you want to pre-drill the hole before attaching the screw, this fits perfectly in the center of the hole, and when you pre-drill your hole, you're sure it's going to be exactly in the middle. You definitely don't need this. Your eyes are actually very accurate as well, so you could just mark your hole and then drill it. So I guess this is just a precision thing. That's totally unnecessary. You don't need it. It comes in handy sometimes, but you don't need this. You don't need it. One of my favorite, a 3D printer. There are endlessly many different types of 3D printers, but this one from Longer that I've had for a while is one of my favorites so far. It's low in price, it's got a big work area, and yeah, I like it. What I print? Well, I print all of the stuff for my workshop that I need, like hose adapters and stuff like that. I have an entire video about 3D printing for woodworking, so I'll leave a link to that in the description. But you don't need one. So back to the workshop now. I'm indoors right now because my 3D printers are here behind me indoors. But outside it's like -9 degrees right now. So cold. Now, digital calipers really do suck. I mean, I have two and one of them wouldn't turn off for the longest time. I had to unscrew the battery for it to work. The other one shows different values every time. So when I actually got this one working, it turns off now. I mean, a regular one works, but when doing work on the CNC, for instance, This one is really handy because it shows me the smallest increments, both in metric and imperial. A regular one works perfect. You don't need a digital one, but it does help, yeah. And while we're on the digital stuff, I can't say digital. While we're on the digital stuff, this digital angle gauge is not used often, but when I do use it, it's nice to be able to set the table saw to a perfect 90 degrees or down to a perfect 45. But a simple 90-degree angle like this one from Baco works perfectly too. Just doesn't show it to you on a screen like this one. But it works and it's pretty accurate, I would assume. Lastly, if there is one thing you definitely don't need in the workshop, it is this. A laser engraver. This one from Adamstack is a 20-watt one. It can engrave wood, stainless steel, leather, plastic, more stuff, but it can also cut. It has an air assist and it's something I use all the time, especially for cutting leather since I work with that as well, but also for engraving logos onto wood. And it's a machine you can actually make money from. And if you want to see me try to make my money back within 2 weeks from receiving it, go check this video out. That's it. All these things are things that you just don't need. You'll be just fine without them. Can I end this video right here? Alright? Thanks, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. The other day, the other day,